Hey guys, welcome back to the shop for another week of Saturday Night Special. So I've got a couple very cool updates to share with you, some progress that's been going on around me this week, and we got plenty of machine work to share with you too. Okay, so first off, I want to kind of give you an update. If you remember watching back a few episodes in my 2018 goals, I talked about that I was planning on losing some weight this year and that I was serious about that. I just went to the doctor yesterday and did my monthly weigh-in, and I'm down 15 pounds from last month. So really happy about that. I've been getting a lot of comments in my videos from a lot of you guys about mentioning that it looks like I've lost a little bit of weight. So that's really good motivation for my viewers out there, you know, because I look at myself every day in the mirror, you know, so it's harder for me to see it. I can feel it. It does feel a little bit better. But hearing it from other people that are around me and watch me on YouTube, you know, saying that, hey, it looks like you lost a little weight. It's really rewarding to hear that, to know that my hard work is starting to pay off. So I have been going to the doctor though every month, and I've been doing that for a few months now, and it's a doctor assisted. They're more like coaches, okay? So, and I mentioned before, it's not necessarily a diet. It's a different way of eating. Changing the portion, you know, portion controls, and trying to remove certain food groups, or, you know, like sugars, okay? So eat less sugars, eat more protein foods, stay away from a lot of carbs, you know, such as bread, you know, stuff like that. So it's just better eating habits in general, and I pretty much eat a strict diet every day. I mean, a meal plan, I guess, you know. I eat a turkey sandwich on wheat bread, a salad, and a piece of fruit for lunch almost every day. I like to go out for lunch maybe once a week and have some chicken fajitas. And for dinner, it's usually a piece of protein and some steamed vegetables, and that's about what it amounts to. And then on the weekends, you know, me and Abby try to go have a nice dinner that we enjoy. But it is working off. It is working out, and it's paying off. So thank you, all you guys, for the support, and I really appreciate all those very nice and you know, heartfelt comments that you leave. Okay. So another update that I got for you is we've completed the patio roof, and I shared that in the community tab. I've got a link over on the A-Bomb Adventures channel. I'll share that up here in case you guys don't know about that. You can go over to that channel and check out that full video, but I'll give you guys a little clip right here, you know, so that you can see the completion of the patio roof. And I'm very excited about that, because that's like an extension of my house, and a place that I'll be able to go outdoors and have a dedicated place to do barbecues and, you know, smoking and seafood boils and socializing and, you know, having family and stuff like that over. Okay, so there'll be more videos of that whenever I do like some cooking videos. That's going to be over on the A-Bomb Adventures channel. We got our new patio roof. It's 100%. It's done. Joe's putting his tools away in his truck, and we snapped us a few pictures, and it's ready to roll. So that's my very first addition to it. I got my wind chime out here. I did have it on the front porch, but I wanted to move it back here. I got this down at Pensacola Hardware. That'll be nice. There's our junction box up there for our lighting that I hope to get to pretty soon. He did a good job. Everything's built just the way it should be to code, and it's nice and strong and heavy duty. It's going to be a nice area to enjoy out here. We'll have our grills and our smokers out there, and as I said before, I hope to later maybe have a counter out here with a counter space and a sink, and then maybe down here on this end I'll have me a table with some chairs. So some of the machining content that I have for you this week is we got a brand new tool post grinder at work. This is a 1 horsepower Dumore Toolpost grinder, and it is to replace my personal tool post grinder. It's one that I have been using, and we finally, they finally invested in a tool post grinder, and now we're able to use that to do some of our repair jobs there that we do at Motion. So I brought my tool post grinder home, and I would like to eventually try to make some more dedicated videos to tool post grinding around here. I'm not an expert at the subject, but I've done a few tool post grinding jobs, and I know it's interesting to a lot of you guys, so we plan on sharing some of that later on as some of the shop content here for the channel. All right, and we've got some other machining there for you as well. I'm just gonna throw a nice mix there together for you. I've been very fortunate that I've been able to capture a lot of little different jobs that's been going on at work, and sharing that with you here on SNS. While I continue to work on the shaper, but I still have plenty of things around the shop here that I need to get done. I haven't finished my electrical wiring back here for the K&T or the Victor. I'm ashamed to say that, but I just haven't got to it. I've been devoting my time towards the shaper or other things that I've just been having to get to, but we're gonna get to it. But I do have the next video ready for that. That's going to be coming out after this SNS. And here's a little teaser for you right here. We got some chips coming, all right? We started making chips, and I'm very excited about that and very happy that we're finally making chips. But there's still more to do. I've got some more work that I need to do on the machine to go into. I have started cutting in a couple projects for it, some small stuff to kind of feel the machine out. And I'll be sharing that video content with you real soon, but really looking forward to getting over there and learning the machine and start showing what that machine is capable of doing. So with all that, we're going to go ahead and jump into our main machining content for the week, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And as always, thank you guys for the continued support that you give me, and I'm still enjoying making this content for you each week. It's one of my favorite videos to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out some machine work this week, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is a 10 gallon per minute pump that is pumping the oil into the box there that has a cascade on top of the gears. It also has an oil bath down in there. Here I'm going to be using a new to me insert from Kennametal. This is a CNMG 433 MR. It is a KCK 15B insert, and they suggested me to try this for cast iron and ductile iron and things like that, although you can use it for other materials like steel. So I've got a piece of 8-inch ductile iron bar that's also known in the trade names as Durabar, and what I'm having to make is 2 thrust washers or thrust bearings. That's just what they call them. Just 2 thin discs that are 3/4 inches deep with a specific OD and ID machined to a 3/4 thickness. So I'm just trying to put these inserts to the test here for this job, and they seem to work really well for it. And here I am parting them off, and I'm really putting my parting blade tool to the test. I put it at its maximum stick out on the bar, which is 50 millimeters or right about 2 inches. But it gave me what I needed, and I completed the job and didn't have any issues with that. I parted them off about a 1/16 of an inch thick, and I do that so that I can set them back up. And here I did use my 3-jaw chuck and bumped them up against the jaws, and I like to machine the face on the other side so that it looks as good as the other side and not a parted finish. But worked out real well. I had a tolerance of 50 thousandths, and I finished them at 750, and it worked out good. So here's a shot. Both of them completed, machined on all sides, finished up, ready to go. We got us a new Dumore Toolpost grinder at work, guys. So this is a brand new unit. It's a 1 horsepower single phase unit, and I got it unboxed and got all the parts laid out here to get a video to share with it. This was kind of an exciting moment to get such a nice new tool like this. It's been a little while waiting to get this in, and this is to replace the one that I've currently been using, which is a 1/4 horsepower. So this one should have a little bit more power than the 1/4 horsepower and do a little bit better job. Primarily be using this for grinding chrome plated journals on shafts. There's a shot with the model number in case anybody's interested in that, and then further down the tag showing the RPMs, what this will go up to. So the very first job that I did, actually this is the first run in right here after I got everything hooked up, all the guards in place, and turn the grinder on, step back, and let it run for a good whole minute, and after that you should be good to go. This was my very first test piece. That's a random piece of chrome plated bar stock that I grabbed off the shelf. So that's the very first cuts with the Toolpost grinder, just trying to get a feel for the machine, and it was working really well. After that cut, I took that out, I took the 4-jaw off, and I put my dead center in the spindle of the machine, and I actually trued up the center there, and that's what I used for the job that you're about to see. I just ran the shaft between centers and just used the friction of the centers to hold the shaft between them. So this was the first job that I used the Toolpost grinder on, and this is a typical job of what I will be using it for, is gearbox shafts like this that we sometimes have to send them out and get the journals chrome plated. That's industrial hard chrome plating, and instead of letting the chrome shop finish them, because we've had some poor results from different shops using belt sanders and whatnot and not creating round journals, the proper way to do it is to grind it so that you have a true round journal there. So that's what the Toolpost grinder will be used for, is shafts like this. So we're working on the first one there. That's the large one. That's the large journal anyway. And on the other end of the shaft, I have another journal that I have to grind that's smaller than that one there. And by the way, you might recognize that shaft as being one that I actually machined, I don't know, a couple months back or so, 2 or 3 months. I had a video on machining one of those from brand new material. So what I do is I'll let the toolpost grinder feed in to the shoulder there, and I'll reverse the feed direction and let it feed back the other way and let it cut on the return side. And then once I come back off the chrome, I'll feed the compound in 1/1000th on the dial and go back in and do a repeat. Right here I'm grinding in that face. The chrome plater's got a little bit of chrome on it. That's where the bearing seats up. I'm not grinding on the side of the wheel, by the way. I'm on the front corner. I finally got that other end finished up, and I moved down to the outer end, the small bearing journal that I was telling you about. And so just more of the same, getting this journal ground into size. And so I would start on the outside close to the live center side and let the machine feed into the shoulder. I have a indicator set up on the ways there so I know where to stop, and then let it feed back out, and do that for each pass. Well, unfortunately, this side here is not going to clean up. I have it ground to size. I had it 1/10 over the actual number. I have a 4/10 tolerance, plus or minus, but you can absolutely just see you got a low spot there, low spot on this side, and it's not even built up properly all the way to the shoulder there. So this has got to go back to the chrome plating shop. They're going to have to strip all this off and re-chrome it, and I'm gonna have to set it up again and grind it. So that's a bummer on this one right here. This is part of a pump, and this face has got a bunch of wear in it. Looks like some material got wrapped up in the pump, and it's got a lot of wear on it. And I'm gonna attempt to weld this up. You got some low spots in there, like right here. All the way around the center section is worn down, and there's some deep holes in it, some gouges. So I'm gonna attempt to weld it up and machine it. It is cast iron. So we'll see. I'm going to use these rods right here. Those are 99 nickel. Those are machinable. So I'll let you know how it goes. So it's taken pretty good. That's my first pass around. Very first bead. I still got lots to do. So this area right there, that's when I first started, and I had my amperage way too low. So I stopped and I kept bumping the amperage up, and I'm finally getting a pretty good consistent bead that's flowing in well. But I'll need to go back in there and tie the outer edge again. Still got some low spots there, but this whole inner section right here is lower than the rest of it, so we're just trying to make it so that it's pretty flat across the whole thing. And I will go in there in these low spots like right here and put some weld beads in right there. Okay, so I'm running it 112 amp. Might go up to 115 and see if it flows even better. So I pretty well got the inner ring welded up, and it's doing real good. I'm gonna have to touch up a few spots. I got a little I got one low spot there on that inside edge. A couple of little spots I need to touch up, but we're making progress. And you can see I'm burning up the rods, not wasting them. Okay, it's taking real good though. I'm happy with it. Just about got it welded up. I believe there's a few more little low spots that I need to hit, but I just want to kind of show you an overview of what I'm doing. All of these little zigzaggy welds out here on the side is just low spots that you can see in the surface, little pitting areas. I'm just trying to fill those up. I believe there's a couple more in there that I need to get, but this is welding really good, so I hope it machines well too. We'll find that out here in a little while. Alright, so all the welding is done, I hope anyway. I got it pretty well welded up and cleaned up, wire wheeled both sides of it. Alright, let's flip this over and I'll show you what the back looks like and how I'm going to hold it. So sometimes I actually hold them right there on those castings for the bolts. I think what I'm going to do, we'll use the pacemaker and we'll hold it like that, because this is a machine face here. This should be a machine face right there, so I can butt it up there on the jaws and actually indicate this other edge right here to make sure it's all running true. Chucked up good that way. I've got it indicated, so I indicated this face right here and then this OD right there, and this face is a little bit wavy, but I've got it centered on the jaws. And what I had to do was actually bring it out some on a couple places, and I have these wedges like this right here, and what I do is I stick those in there like so and tap on them. And it don't take, but you know, you're just moving it a few thousandths, so that works pretty good whenever you tap that with a hammer. And I got it indicated, so we are ready to start facing. This is the insert that I'm going to try on this nickel. It is a KCK 15B, and I primarily got these for cast iron, but I'm finding out that they work pretty good on other materials as well. Well, phone's not wanting to focus now, but anyway, we'll use the 100-degree angle. And that tool right there, MCKNR tool. We'll give that a try and see how it does. I just now started getting into the original face. I touched it and took 5 thousandths, so we'll see where we clean up at here. cut here is a total of 30 thousandths off the face. I'm hoping that I don't have to take any more. I'm trying to keep it as minimal as possible. Okay, I had to bust out the CBN insert to finish this out. There's some hard spots in there that kept wearing the carbide. So that's one of those CBN tipped inserts to get the face clean. I got her finished up. It looks pretty good, all but those few low spots right there, but we're not going to worry with those. I do have a nice flat face on there now, and I got it polished in. And what I use there is I got a block of oak wood, and I lay a piece of emery cloth on the front of it and just loop the top over and just hold the block right there and move it back and forth to kind of polish that out some. And I took the same amount of material off this face right here, because you have to, whatever you take off these, you need to take it right there also. It ain't pretty, but it's done.